we good? Okay. Come on in, everybody. Hopefully, we didn't have some people lost on 65 or something. Come on in. Hey, I'm Taylor Leonhardt. It's welcome to the local show. Uh, in addition to kind of being a little bit of the host for the evening, I'm filling in, subbing as MC. So I have a post-it note just to make sure I don't forget anything. But welcome. Is it anyone's first time to the local show? Awesome. So glad you could join us. And I know we also have friends joining online on the live stream. So hello, live streamers. We're glad you're here. Wish we could all be here together, but we're so glad that you guys could join. We have a really special night. I got to invite all these friends who are here, so I'm really excited. I don't know things like when the local show started. I can tell you what I do know, which is that since I have been connected to this community, probably for the last 7 years or so, that the Rabbit Room and the local show have had such a deep impact on my artistry and just have been such a home for me. So I'm grateful for this place, and we're all just talking in the back room about the art of conversation and listening and sharing. And I just recently heard this quote from a psychologist named Esther Perel, and she said, the quality of listening shapes actually what is being said. And so we have a role here to play tonight, but so do you, and I know this to be a place where people come ready to listen, and so I'm really excited about the conversation that we'll have tonight. And okay, I should introduce our guests. So that's the next thing on my post-it, introduce guests. I'm Taylor Leonhardt, as I said. I live here in Nashville. Everyone else is one of my friends who drove in from somewhere else to be here at the local show tonight. So we have Wilder Adkins from Birmingham, Alabama. Give it up. We have McKenzie Lockhart from Florence, Alabama. And we have my friend Andy Squyres all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I think I've heard someone do this once before. I'll just sort of explain the format for the night. So this is a writer's round. So we'll do 4 rounds total. We'll each play a song. We'll kind of go through the line 2 times. We'll have a break where you can, I know right now you're just thinking about the scones, about Rachel's amazing scones. So don't worry, you'll have a chance to have another one. And do whatever you need to do in that break and chat and visit and all that. And then we'll come back for 2 more rounds, and then we'll go home. Different people than who we came. Yeah. I said that wrong, but you catch my drift. We will go home changed, I am sure. So now it's my job. I'm taking off the MC hat and putting on my performer hat. So here we go. I'm going to kick us off. Yeah, I probably do.
Do you want me to introduce you?
I did it. Taylor Leonhardt from Nashville. That's good. Okay, here we go. No problem. Just looking for the other end of this. Where is it? Oh.
It's in your hands.
It's in that. There it is. I've done this before. I promise. All right. This is a song about living the good life. It's called Easy Street. Sick and tired of the folks who say good things come to those who wait. What if what doesn't kill you doesn't make you any stronger? Just makes a bad day feel a whole lot longer. Makes the promised land seem far away. Easy come, easy go. I try to walk down an easy road, but closed for repair. And life is sweet on Easy Street. All of the doors swing wide open for me. At least that's how I know it'd be if I ever get there. Some of y'all don't know how it feels, learning young how a broke arm heals. I've been out here slack-jawing, inclement weather, nothing but a little duct tape holding it together. I ain't getting any younger, but I'm getting real. Easy come, easy go. I try to walk down an easy road, but I found the path of least resistance closed for repair. And life is sweet on Easy Street. All of the doors swing wide open for me. At least that's how I know it'd be if I ever get there. I wonder who I would have been without these stones to kick against. You find me on my way upstream. Rock's gonna make the river. Rock's gonna make the river sing. Easy come, easy go. I try to walk down an easy road, but I found the path of least resistance closed for repair. And life is sweet on Easy Street. All of the doors swing wide open for me. At least that's how I know it'd be if I ever get there. If I ever get there.
As Taylor mentioned, I drove up from Birmingham today, and that drive has become a lot nicer now that they put a Buc-ee's in Athens. Do you get to go through Athens when you come here?
I could, but it takes longer.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
Buc-ee's is worth it.
It might be worth it. Especially if you need like a bathroom break, because you just know it's going to be clean. Yeah. I did the car wash. I saw the sign, it said new car wash, and you can get your gas for like 50 cents cheaper if you buy a car wash today. So I did it, and I don't really look at the outside of my car that much, but I did notice the inside needed a good vacuuming, so that came in handy. And I've got 2 kids, and one of them is a walking disaster. I don't know if any of you with kids, multiple, you might know one of them is just a walking disaster. And so my daughter, we actually were driving to visit my mom in Atlanta. We stopped at a Buc-ee's, and I let them each pick out a treat. My daughter got like slime, like gack, what gack is. So there's this gack, and on top of it is a tub of glitter. And I said, do not open this till we get to Mam's house. There's no reason to play with this in the car. She just wanted to pull it off and look at it, she said, but somehow it exploded in my back seat, glitter, and I was just furious. And that's just about like every day with her, but she also is like the only kind of openly affectionate one in the family, so I get nice hugs from her, and so she wins me back over. This is a song I wrote about gentleness. which is one of the fruits of the Spirit that I think gets overlooked a lot, and it's kind of a kindness in how you deal with people. And so I wrote this as a young single man, as kind of a prayer. So I wrote this song called "Gentle Woman," and the Lord blessed me with a gentle woman, and she's here tonight, my wife Whitney, and then she's actually been working on a song called "A Husband Who Wakes Up at the Same Time as Me in the Morning."
Will it ever be finished?
Good point. Yeah, I'm an artist, baby. You know, I'm special. Got a heart on the mend and a head full of tunes. Sister sits on the porch, cloud crosses the moon. Oh, oh, and these whispers of you leave their doubts in my mind. I was searching for words, but they're so hard to find. Oh, oh, Lord, send me a gentle woman, oh my soul. Is heavy from living too long in this world alone. And when I get to my home, let that screen door swing wide. Open hearts, peaceful tongues, open arms, open eyes. Oh, oh, and I will dance in the hall, and I will tear down these walls. Let my children run free, for they are the wisest of us all. Oh, oh, well, Lord, send me a gentle woman, oh my soul. Is heavy from living too long in this world alone. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is McKenzie. Hey, Taylor. You said you didn't know how old the local show is. I can say that it is at least 9 years old or 10 years old. Because 2014, I lived in Nashville 2014 to 2015, a mere 10 months. And I chickened out and moved back to my homeland. But I was going to local shows. It was like the one place that felt like home while I was here. So it's the second time I've gotten to play one. It feels like, I don't know, in the spirit of my heroes. Many sitting next to me. So thanks for being here, everyone. You guys are so quiet, gosh. Intimidating. Yeah. Tell me. Get dangerous in here. This first song I'm going to sing is about a time when my friends and my husband and I got stranded in the middle of Badlands National Park because our van malfunctioned, and instead of unlocking, the car alarm just started blaring, and it was sunset, and everyone was enjoying it until that moment. And we were panicking, and slowly the sun went down, and we could hear the coyotes howling, and then it started to rain, and the temperature dropped 15 degrees. And some strangers, truly strangers, got us a hotel room, and we're like, and toothbrushes and toothpaste, and dropped us off, and we're like, call us and let us know you get back in your car. And we slept in our clothes and got gas station dinner, and then got a pandemic locksmith to drive out into the middle of Badlands National Park. He drove my husband in the van with him, and he was like, we can only take one of you. And we were like, Godspeed, brother. And he sent us a blurry photo, like a blurry selfie, and it just said, I'm in. And we were saved. And then the family that got us the hotel sent us a Christmas card of their family the next year. So this song is for them. I wanna see a brand new country, one I ain't never seen before. Head out west toward milk and honey, find a brother to share my load. I rely on the kindness of strangers to keep me from wanting in the wild. I am a foreigner to the Badlands, knocked down braving the mountains and the pines. I think of friends who only know me. Bless you. A wanderer at wayside shrines, where I rely on the kindness of strangers. I'm a wayfaring stranger. The kindness of strangers, you keep me from danger in the wild. Thank you.
My goodness. That was too good. I think I have the hardest job of the night following these three. I could listen to Wilder play guitar all night long, I think. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andy Squyres, and I'm kind of a big deal. I have 40,000 Instagram followers, so yeah, we were just talking backstage about how meaningless that is. But I have been thinking lately, you know, the second very worst thing that you can be in this life is a Christian celebrity. Because, you know, you have to wear leather pants and jump around on stage and sing about God. But the very worst thing you can be in this life is a minor Christian celebrity, which is what I am. And the upside of being a Christian celebrity is you get to sing about God and you make a lot of money. And when you're a minor Christian celebrity, you sing about God and you drive a 2001 Honda Accord like I do. So I'm writing for this new record, and I needed a metaphor. I wanted to write a worship record, and I needed a metaphor for my life. So I was sitting around thinking about what my life feels like most times and I thought, oh, it feels like a 2001 four-screen Honda Accord, you know? So anyways, I'd like to play a little praise and worship song for you called My Honda. Brandon Lake's going to cover this, I know. There's no lions in this song, though, so I doubt it. Sorry, that was mean. That was mean. Also, I'm really thankful to the Lord that Wilder brought Buc-ee's up, because I'm kind of obsessed with Buc-ee's. And it shows up in the second verse of this song. In my Honda headed nowhere, in the middle of the night, all I've got left is this cigarette. All I'm looking for is a light, strung out on serotonin, chained up to this phone. Well, anyway, I wrote you this song. I swung the ass's jawbone, I killed the eater too. Found out there's nothing sweeter than the bitter sweetness of you. Now most days I'm just rehearsing for the ashes of my grave. Oh, I may inhale Marlboros, but I exhale your praise. Sometimes I go down to Texas to see your glory, Lord. I pack up all my fishing poles, gas up my Accord. I see the Buc-ee's billboard shining forth your truth. LOL, this is a song for you. I swallowed every bitter cup, drank up every drop, emptied myself of heartache, but you let me fill back up. Now most days I'm just rehearsing for resurrection from my grave, as I inhale these American roads, I exhale your praise. I go out in my backyard, I look up at the trees, I see a dogwood flower falling in the breeze. I bet against Delilah, but she found out the truth, that all my strength, all my strength, all my strength's in you. I swung the ass's jawbone, I killed the eater too. Found out there's nothing sweeter than the bitter sweetness of you. Now most days I'm just rehearsing for the ashes of my grave. I may inhale Marlboros, but I exhale your praise. I go out in my backyard, I look up at the trees, I see a dogwood flower falling in the breeze. Oh, I bet against Delilah, oh, but she found out the truth, that all my strength, all my strength, all my strength's in you. I swung the ass's jaw, I killed the eater too. I tried to change the subject, but you said that will never do. Now, people often ask me if I ever get tired of this place. I try to give a clever answer, but instead I just exhale your praise.
Can I borrow your tuner and your capo? I somehow don't have anything. Just don't have anything I should have. This is about friendship, though, guys. And sometimes when you don't have things, your friends are much more responsible. McKenzie has a Roth IRA. We're talking about that today. I mean, come on, give it up. Go. That's right.
1K because I can't afford to be a musician. Because I'm scared.
Well, you got nothing to be afraid of. Your songs are beautiful. These friends of mine, I'll kind of introduce them a little bit more, but I wanted them to really kind of do that first. But I was going to sing a different song to start out with. This is backwards, which is why I can't read it. It's like, that doesn't look like any letter I've ever seen. It still doesn't, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, it's kind of like, who even knows? What? It's the number 8 is what I can see on here. I think it's broken. It's fine. But I was going to sing a different song right now for number 2, but to be truthful, I don't remember the second verse at all. So I'm going to do something different. But I'm glad because this this song I wrote, actually, Wilder and I have largely known each other from a group down in Birmingham called Squyres, which is like art and faith, and they just kind of they seek to create partnerships between pastors and musicians, but also just create spaces for people just like this, like people to hear good songs and see good art, and for that to inspire community and conversation. And every time I go down to Birmingham, Wilder is there, and he's a big part of that community and a beloved part of that community. And I have just like fallen in love with his music, and I love like every time I'm around and get to hear like a new song you've been working on, and just have appreciated the way getting to be a witness to how your voice has shaped that place. And then the way it shaped me now, being your fan and your friend. So that's Wilder. And I should plug in the guitar. I don't know what's happening. I've been on tour for the last month, and I just got home, and I think my brain is short-circuiting. So thank you for bearing with me, and I promise at some point I'm here. It's just that I don't fully know exactly what all is going on. But we were fortunate enough at this gathering to meet a man named Alan Levi. I think a lot of you might know Alan, and I know a friend of this place. But I'd met Alan. I met him when I was on the Resurrection Letters tour with Andrew, and then I got to hang out with him more at the Squyres retreat. And he had, as if you have met him or spent any time with him, you might say the same thing. But he had a profound impact on me this weekend that we got to be there, and just the way he spoke about God, the way he opened up the scripture, the way he saw people, I think, the way that he remembered everyone's name. And you get the sense when you're with him that he's like one who, it was like, oh, you have just been with the Lord. And so to be with you is like, you know what I'm saying? Some people just carry that with them. And he told this story while we were there, and he had said, you know, he lives down on this land in South Georgia, and for a long time when both of his parents were still alive, like he lived in one house, and then across the field, his parents lived in this other house. And somehow, I don't remember what he was exactly saying, Wilder, but I can't remember when this came up in the weekend, but he said, man, you know, if I could commission a painting, I would want a painting. It would be almost completely, you know, black, like dark, and there'd be these two little pinpricks of light, and the light would be the light coming out of my parents' windows, one upstairs, one downstairs. And I knew, from where I could sit in my house, I could see those lights on in the nighttime, and I knew that they were doing their bedtime prayers. Like I knew that they were praying. And he's like, I would want a painting of that, and I'd want to call the painting Comfort. And that really moved me. And he said, you know, this space, I never want to let the fields grow up in between my house and their house, because I always want to be able to see them there. And that was really moving to me. And I'm not a painter. You know, I can only draw stick figures. But I just had the thought that night, like, I wish I could paint that for Alan, you know. I want to give that to him, and I can't paint, so I did write this song, and it's called Sightlines. I sit alone in my house sometimes, look out the window into the night. I see two yellow pools of light from the house across the field. That's my pa headed up the stairs, and my mom praying bedtime prayers. It brings me comfort to see him there in the house across the field. And no matter how old I get, I won't forget you're near. that I've gotten all grown up, I feed the horses and clear the brush. I plant daisies, and with any luck, I'm gonna see that springtime yield. It's only natural for a man to roam, to find a path he can call his own. Well, I followed mine, and it led me home to the house across the field. And no matter how far I go, I'll always know you're near. If between your house and mine, we'll keep the sight lines clear. Just picture Buddy Green playing the harmonica. That's what I do in this section. If the weeds ever grow too tall, if my pride tries to build a wall, then let's swing our hammers till the whole thing falls and the wound can start to heal. 'Cause in the end, every sun will set with nothing left to fear. And between your house and mine, we'll keep the sight lines clear. And between your house and mine, we'll keep the sight lines clear. Oh, to me, the most precious sight in the whole wide world are two pools of light. I did send it to him, and I got the most wonderful message back. He sent me an audio message, and it's like, Taylor, sorry I didn't get this. I was down in my writing cabin, don't have any internet cell service down there, but I'm standing right now in the spot where I can see the house. And he's like, I won't walk by the spot without singing this song to myself. And it's wonderful. I'll keep it. It makes my phone infinitely more valuable. Most days I want to throw it in the river, but I'm like, I can't. It has Alan's voice in it.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there the first night of that retreat. We were all gathered around and playing some game or something, and one of the questions went around like, where do you feel most at home? And Alan's nephew David was there, and his answer was, in my Uncle Alan's arms, giving him a hug. And it's just like that man has that effect on everyone. It's just one of those people, like everyone feels more at home around him and feels seen and loved. When I was in grad school, I was at a new place, and I finished college in one place. I went to grad school in a different place, and I had one friend in town who had gone to my old school too. So it's like, I need some friends. I looked him up, started hanging out with him and his crew, and they were all Christians, but like real intense, And I'm pretty laid back. but I was like, need some fellowship, and they all seem very passionate. Like maybe I want to be a part of this crew. It really tested me. It was good in the end because it really made me figure out for myself, what do I believe? But one of the things that I really struggled with or saw in them that I thought was kind of weird was they all, they had this one church that they kind of saw as like a mecca. And when they were having a hard week or something, they'd be like, man, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to drive to the prayer room this weekend. And it's like a 10-hour drive. I'm like, take a walk in the woods or something. You do not have to, you can speak to God anywhere. You do not have to go to this like contrived place with music happening. Like, how can you even hear there? That's emotion. Like, just you can commune with God wherever you are. I felt like, and I'm sure, God really moves even in that place. But you don't have to treat it like this mecca, But I was really struggling with, all these feelings. Where do I fit in? What do I actually believe? But so this song, I think I actually wrote a few years later, as I was kind of feeling a little bit more settled in my faith. And but this is a tune called Mecca, and it just kind of deals with, just this belief that I think God meets us where we are, because obviously kids in the middle of Africa can't buy a plane ticket to go to Kansas City every time they need to commune with God, he meets us where we are. And so, and I haven't done this song in a while, so I hope I remember it all. I sought you, I sought you, only to find there is no Mecca that could hold you, nor any place that could confine. And I have seen no holy city, for they are the works of man. Oh, but there is a Holy Spirit. I met her in my mother's garden, singing, oh, the gold and red lit the sky above my head, and I was tangled up in vines, sure that I would end up dead. Oh, the sky cried out like a lamb as the veil was torn apart, and the black that covered everything, it could not penetrate my heart. Oh, there is no golden temple, and I have never heard you shout. But when I break the cinders open, well then the flames come pouring out. Singing, oh, the gold and red lit the sky above my head, and I was tangled up in vines, sure that I would end up dead. But you found me just the same, amidst the poison and the pain, and the furrow on your brow speaks of love I can't explain.
Oh, that was really good. I'm about to move my iPad into everyone's eye shot because if playing at church has taught me two things. It's one, to be able to play even if you can't hear yourself, and two, it has stripped me of my lyric learning ability. This is always in front of my face at church, so I don't have to practice. I'm a less committed church gal than I once was, I guess. I practice on Saturday night before the service. My husband and I used to lead. That's better than most of the volunteers. That's fair. That is fair. My husband and I used to lead at the church we go to, and we played like, I don't know, weird. Not weird, but just like, we have like a pretty young church. It's mostly college students, so most people would think we were playing Brandon Lake. But we weren't. We were playing like King's K and like hymns and a very strange, not like one genre situation. My husband's in a rock and roll band, and I do this. And I have a 9-to-5 and a Roth IRA and a 401k because my husband's in a rock band. And one of us had to. I'm just kidding. He's great. He designed all of my merch. Woo! Anyway, we used to lead, and there's like new worship leaders now, and they have a way more experience than we ever did, and we're grateful to be like volunteers. But every once in a while they'll bring out like vintage Hillsong, and we're like, yes. We're so stoked. And so we were playing these like super modern worship songs, and then they had me singing None But Jesus. And one of my friends who loves the old stuff too, I know it's not that old, but she said as soon as we started, in the quiet, she was like, I was standing in the back, and everyone just immediately started doing the sway. I was like, I love that. But yeah, that's why I can't, that's why I don't know the words to my own songs, is because of church. There's a round of it. Taylor advised against, like, rambling, and here we are. It has nothing to do with this song at all.
I said ramble. We've entered into the
Great. Wonderful. Well, I find myself very nervous tonight, and I'm going to play a new song, which makes me more nervous. But some friends of mine at home in Florence brought me out of my writing slump. We just kind of had a conversation around the table. Caleb Elliott and Austin Motlow are their names. I had this idea that had been like kind of hanging around of this moment in my marriage. My husband is like super social and I'm not. So I get tired and I'm not outdoorsy and he's outdoorsy. And so there was one night it was just us at home and he was like, let's build a fire outside. It's perfect weather. Let's go outside and have a fire. And usually I'm like, yeah, it sounds so nice. But all I could think about was like, then I'll smell like it. Then it will be on our sheets. And then in the morning, I will not like the smell of the fire as much as I did when I was sitting around it. So I'll have to shower after I come inside. And I don't feel like, it was like a whole thing, you know? So I was like, I'm going to stay inside. I'm good. And then later, I just got really sad about my selfishness making me miss out on that time. And like my want to be comfortable and have things my way. And we also got to talking about kind of my history with music and how fear has just kept me from a lot of things. And I made the comment that I will never not wish I'd been braver in my early 20s, which is true. Just like you wrote about this recently on Instagram, like regret is real. It's so real. And we act like no regrets, you know, but that's not real. We have them. And I wish I would have sat by the fire with my husband, among many other things, small and big. So this song's called Embers. And I might choke on my own voice because I'm nervous and I haven't had enough water today. But we're all in it together. I wish I smelled like a fire. I wish I tried to close in. I could have felt a new feeling, burn the fear from within. I stole from myself, being selfish. I lied when I said, won't regret this. Have I lost you? Are you still there? Am I a fool for being too scared? Will I hear the echoes singing? A rush of blood to my head. The world, it curved on its side. I wish I stood near the edge. I stole from myself, being selfish. I lied when I said, won't regret this. Have I lost you? Are you still there? Am I a fool for being too scared? Do you love me even when I'm not there? Do the embers burn? Is the fire not dead? Do you love me when I'm in my head?
Yeah, I was just going to say, don't you just love it when somebody gets on the mic and just talks about being so afraid of making music, and then they just step up to the plate and hit a grand slam? It's like, I don't really think you're that afraid. You should be doing this more often. You're really good. You're better than the rest. All of that. Woo. Sorry, guys. I tune because I care. Well, I was telling Taylor and I, we've known each other a long time, and we caught up today. We were comparing notes, and I was just telling her about doing my taxes last month, and my wife and I kind of did an inventory. We played a lot, the most shows I've ever played in a year last year, and really grateful for it. But there were 3 main church streams that we'd been invited to. Number 3 was the Episcopalians, number 2 was the Vineyard, and then number 1 was the Anglicans. And you have to make a distinction between the Anglicans and the Episcopalians, because if you say they're the same, they get mad at that. You can't do that. They're different, so they're not the same. But I only bring that up to say this song that I'm about to sing for you, I get uninvited by the Baptists a lot because of this song. So, and I love the Baptists. So my apologies to any Baptists in here tonight. So they just don't like this song because there's cussing in it. So, but the Anglicans can hang. That's all I know. It's just how it goes. But it's really interesting because I'm charismatic Pentecostal, and my people don't like this song either because the bridge, we used to always say in church that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But in the bridge of this song, I say the exact opposite of that, and they just don't like that at all. So I never get invited to the praise parties. It's always like, yeah, the Anglicans are calling. Go there, So, and the Calvinists don't like this song because it refutes limited atonement. So, so it's my most controversial song. It's called "Love Never Fails." So. Well, some of us sinners, some of us saints, some of us between a rock and hard place, some of us welcome, and some of us not, some of us the scapegoat, some of us the mob, and all of us guilty, then all of us free, a cup of joy poured out to our great relief. So in the abyss had us tied to the rails like a runaway train, love never fails. Now some say it's crazy, some take offense, and some swear the law still demands recompense. Well, some shot the sheriff and the deputy too, and some heard the cock crow in the light of the moon. Well, all are atoned for, the wicked made whole, the world's scarlet letter washed white as snow. So when the albatross cursed all the wind from our sails, we had no dams to give, 'cause love never fails. You know that thing that you do sometimes when you get in your car and you drive down to the Hobby Lobby? You walk into the sign section. You know what I'm talking about. You know you have Live, Laugh, Love hanging on your wall somewhere. Don't knock unless you have wine and dog biscuits. Well, you go to the sign aisle and you go pick out the one that says, God will never give you more than you can handle. You buy it and you take it home, and you hang it on your living room wall, and your life goes to hell. You take that sign off the wall and you march it back over to the Hobby Lobby and you get your money back. And then you go put on an Andy Squyres CD. A weapon will prosper, a levee will break, the heartbreaker gives you more than you can take. All the trouble with trusting a savior unseen is you find out he don't fail when he don't intervene. You find out he don't fail when he don't intervene. I kid you not, I've sung this song 150 times and I still cannot remember the third verse. My wife is usually traveling with me. I have to have her Google it for me. Shout it out. Baby, look it up. The third verse. It's always the most awkward part of the show. Well, it goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah. Come on, now's your chance. Hallelujah. 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 One more time. Hallelujah. Oh, I got it. That was part of the act, Wilder. Now, if you only have one takeaway tonight, this is what I want you to remember. Whenever a worship leader says one more time, just know they're a liar. Well, it goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah. It's your chance at the local show. Hallelujah. 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 Well, some of us doubtful, and some of us weak. Some are uncertain, still we believe. Some overcoming, and some testify that there's a righteousness in us that we can't deny. Some hallelujah, some blessed be, some sing out in chains, some sing out free. Our dreams up in smoke beneath plunging nails. Punchline of the joke, love never fades.
Give it up for Andy Squyres, McKenzie, Lockhart, Wilder, Adkins. That was the first half. We just did that. We just sang hallelujah. I thought that was done. I thought no one would ever do that again. But somehow it happened, and it was awesome. I will not forget that. You ever sitting inside a moment and you think, I will never forget this exact thing. I hope you've already felt that tonight. I know I have. And grateful to these friends for being here. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do that, I want to just draw your attention to the merch table, because all these friends drove in really because I invited them and they wanted to be here. But I feel like the best way that you could love them is to go peruse their merch. It's actually really awesome. Secretly, I invited them here so that I could just shop at their store. So I'm going to be going home with lots of Andy Wilder and McKenzie merch. So please go look at that. Take something home with you. Talk to each other. It's Scone 30, so get your scone on. And I want to call this, instead of intermission, I'm going to call it halftime, because then I get to be Coach Taylor, and I get to say, clear eyes, full hearts. Can't lose. So see you in a couple minutes. Bye, guys. Hello, everyone. This is your friendly invitation to come on back, grab what you need, come on back and find your seat. We're about ready here to start the second half. A really cool thing that happens here at the local show, if you've been before, then you may have witnessed this, but this place, Northwind Manor, kind of a watering hole for artists, and obviously Nashville is a place where often when you're sitting in any kind of crowd or audience, there's a good chance that someone in your very nearby vicinity is an amazing songwriter or musician. And that's the case tonight, although he's not on the official bill. I heard today that Zach Winters was blowing through town, this little Oklahoma tumbleweed over here. This is my friend Zach. We've been internet friends for a while. I have your album on vinyl, and I listen to that thing all the time, and we kind of, like you have those friends where it's like we talk online, we kind of comment on each other's things, and I've seen his picture and his videos so much, I had to ask him today, have we met in real life? Like, I feel like I know you, and we have lots of mutual friends, but today we got to meet for real in the flesh. Like, I got to give you a high five. I'm glad that went well. That was vulnerable. It's vulnerable to high five in front of people. Anyway, Zach said, hey, I'd love to come to the local show. And I said, I'd love for you to come too. And I wonder if you'd play a song. So please give it up for my friend, Zach Winters.
Check. I think Taylor and I, that's why Taylor was worried about the high five, is the high differential. Word. Well, y'all, tumbleweeds are actually from Russia. Some of you might have known that already. I'm Zach Winters, and they're already serving you this great, it's like one of those chef shows, and it's like, make me, I don't know what to make. I don't make things. I make tuna scooped into a bowl, and then I get some chips and put some tahini on it. Anybody? Lunchtime! I'm not going to play a song about tahini, and I'm going to try to keep it short. This is the little moment of tea. Is this on? There's a deal? Just push the volume deal? Okay. Should I go all the way up? A little bit back? Okay. Okay, great. Well, it's nice to play standing up because you don't have to know anything about my duffer. All right, I'm just going to play the song. I was going to ask just for one, I know everybody's got some cookies or things in their teeth, but I can't really see that well because of the glare, because I have glasses. But I was wondering if you might sing just this little melody at the very end of the song. But I have to teach it to you first, just real quick. It's easy. It's like 3 notes. We'll go with kind of a lower part, so if you feel low, you can do that part. And if you feel a little higher than that, you can sing that part. So it's just an instructional section. The song is necessary.
Strawberry morning, I go out walking. The The fading of autumn reminds me of something. Losing our daylight to the blue of the evening. Why does it always remind me of something? Why do I hide from it? Yet I'm drawn to it. The comfort of laughter when we're together. Why does it always remind me of someone? The way that I miss you when I'm not with you. Why does it always remind me of something? And why do I hide from it? Yet I'm drawn to it. What is this ache that I feel in the pit of my soul? I must need you more than I know. A voice in the hallway calling my name. Why does it always remind me of something? Why does it always remind me of something? Why does it always remind me of something?
Zach Winters, everybody. He broke my mic stand, but that's okay. Hey, do you guys know Joel, my friend Joel over here? That's Joel. And what you should know about Joel is he runs something called Alchemy Chapel in East Nashville. And this Friday, Zach Winters is playing at Alchemy Chapel in East Nashville. So if you're like, I don't have plans on Friday, you should go. And if you do have plans on Friday, cancel them. And go to Zach's show.
Yes.
You should be there. It's really good, and he's so funny, and he's so wonderful, and his voice just like reminds me of everything that is good in the world. So please go to that. Well, I was about to say, as everyone's coming back to the stage, they're already here. But really quick before we start the second half, I just want to say a couple thank yous. My MC hat is on. Do you see? And thank you to our sponsors, Ronald Blue Trust, and of course our Rabbit Room members. Thank you so much for helping make the local show possible. And then also, let's just go ahead and thank Brandon Hayes, who's not here, but does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. He basically did all the ground work to make sure that we all got here in this space. So thank you to Brandon. He's watching from home. Hello, Brandon. We love you. We love you so much. Thank you to our production help, Dewey and Sam and Garrett. These guys making everything happen. And the hospitality that is truly unmatched at the local show, Rachel, Macy, Wayne, and Sarah Catherine. Thank you so, so much. So Did anyone see, thank you. I was like, I'm really 5 feet tall, truly, on a good day. So, I've always had a trouble imagining myself as an old woman, but it's getting easier the older I get. And I'm like, I'm gonna be so tiny, just like so low to the ground. I know that's true. Okay. Has anyone seen on Netflix, there was this documentary called The Greatest Night of Pop, and it's about how they made the song We Are the World. So they basically, so like you may have seen footage from that another time, but it's really worth watching, The Greatest Night of Pop. And it's like they basically got 50 of the best, stars, musicians kind of at the time, and they put them all, they were like, when are they all going to be together? There was like an award show, and they got everybody to like come to the studio after the award show. They recorded this song all night long, and it's like a mess and awesome, and everyone's there from like Cyndi Lauper, who's my favorite, just like hot mess to watch on that, and Bruce Springsteen and Stevie Wonder and Bob Dylan, and so I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan, as are probably a lot of us, and it's just like we wouldn't even be here if not for Bob, it feels like, and so I loved it when he came on the stage. I was like, oh, this is the Bob Dylan part, but I was a little bit like, he comes in and is like looking a little bit freaked out, like he seems a little like not sure of what's going on, and I get it. It's like the room is like full of people and all the personalities and all this stuff, and Bob's somewhat of a contrarian, I imagine, probably like an HSP, an Enneagram 4, and it was maybe feeling like a lot for him. I don't know. But basically, Bob has one job, and it's like, okay, Bob, we really want you to like sing an ad-lib on the chorus. And he's like, yeah, okay. So it's like, bring him up to the mic, and it's like, we are the world, we are the, right? And he's supposed to just do his thing, like over the top of that and just sing, be Bob, tell him, come on, do it. And like they push record, and he's just quiet. He's like, we are the world, we are the two, And everyone's like, okay, Bob, great, great work. We were hoping maybe great job singing the melody. We were hoping you'd kind of do something a little more than that. And he's like, play it again, and like same thing happens, and he's just like can't, and he just doesn't look like himself. He's like lost. And finally they like clear everybody out of the room, and they like sit him down next to Stevie Wonder at the piano. So it's like Bob and Stevie. And they tell you on the documentary, like, what some people don't know about Stevie is it's like an excellent mimic. Like Stevie Wonder can mimic anyone's voice. And so Stevie's like, come on, Bob. And he's like, maybe like this. We are the world. Like does the whole thing. And he's like, sing it like this. And they do it together a couple times. And what do you know it? Bob comes back to the microphone. They hit record. And it's iconic. He's like found himself again. He's like remembered himself. And I watched this just with tears streaming down my face because I feel like, and don't we all feel like sometimes, I know what it is to lose myself, to forget the sound of my own voice, to forget my name. And like knowing that even Bob Dylan forgets that he's Bob Dylan sometimes gave me such hope. It's like that's the bad news and the good news, right? And so I just thought, man, if Bob needs someone to remind him, so do I. And I certainly have like those people in my life, and they're my Stevie Wonders, They're the people who like remind me what the sound of my voice is. This is how you do it. Don't forget. And so I wrote the song about Bob Dylan called Stevie Wonder. I hear the tape is rolling, feel heavy eyes on me. Spotlight and I'm folding, choking on the fog machine. Most of the time I manage, tonight I got no grip. I'd shake it off, be myself, but I don't know who that is. don't know who that is. The jet black curtains falling, alone in a crowded room. And that old number's calling, calling, babe, don't let 'em through. 'Cause when you're here beside me, the bad dreams fade away. Till you held up the mirror, I never saw my face. I never saw my face. When I'm going under, head first in the deep dark well, be my Stevie Wonder, sing me to myself. My reputation haunts me, hear what the prophet tells. They'll try and find me wanting, go on, Bobby, give 'em hell. They're asking for the legend, but when he doth appear, his cape is just a blanket, it's only me in here. It's only me, and when I'm going under, head first in the deep dark well, be my Stevie Wonder, sing me to myself. Still think a Buddy Green harmonica solo would be pretty cool right here. I lose my head like Van Gogh out in the starry night. Behold you at the piano, a mockingbird in flight. I hear my tone and timbre, I hear my turn of phrase. You sing and I remember that I could fly away. I'm gonna fly away. When I'm going under, head first in the deep dark well, you're my Stevie Wonder, sing me to myself. Sing me to myself. Sing me to myself.
Have you recorded that one yet?
It might be working on something.
I'll sing on it. I'll do the Bob part. I have been told over the years that, and I tend to take it as a compliment, but people have said my music helps them sleep. And they would say, you should do like a lullaby album. And I said, maybe. But then I had kids, and I started to actually like write some songs for them, and I thought, I think I could do this. So I started making a lullaby album, and it's 8 tracks, I think. 7 of them are originals, and then we did You Are My Sunshine. But I've been working on, and my wife wrote the second verse to You Are My Sunshine, because it was one that she would sing to our kids, and the real second verse is kind of depressing. So she wrote this second verse, and when you hear it, you wouldn't realize it's not 100 years old, like the rest of the song. It fits right in. So, and also, when I was on tour once with the Grey Havens, and I played in Indianapolis, and I met a cool young artist named Breezy. Do any of you guys know Breezy? She's here tonight. And if you follow her on Instagram, she's got beautiful art and really hit the vibe that I loved. And so I asked her to do the album artwork for my Lullaby album. And I have some here tonight. The album's not out yet, but I went ahead and printed CDs so you guys could be the first to have it in the world. So, and I've got a lot of special guests on the album. A lot of different vocalists came and joined me. And there's one song that my friend Aaron Ray sings on. And then I thought it would be cool to have McKenzie come and sing it tonight since she's here. And McKenzie sang on my hymns record that's over there. So we've been friends a while and gotten to collaborate before. So talking too much. But this is a song, I want to explain the song though because it's important. As I became a parent, I noticed certain things seemed to hit me a little bit harder, you know. It was harder to watch people get hurt in movies because there's just this softening that happens. I'm like, that's someone's child. I would never want that to be my child, you know, that sort of thing. And I would watch kids, you know, in the news, these migrant families, and they were separating the parents from the children. And it's like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, like, that's terrible. No one wants that. But I thought to myself, like, in a moment like that, what would I say to my children? Like, you got one thing you can say before they pull you apart. Like, what message am I leaving with them? And what I came up with was, you can never lose my love. It goes with you wherever you go. And, you know, funny thing happens when you're writing songs from the perspective of a father and you realize, like, oh, this must be the way God feels about me too, you know, like Heavenly Father. So anyway, this was a song that I came up with called You Can Never Lose My Love. Oh, and it actually has a sing-along, if I can teach it to you guys. It doesn't come in till the end, but it goes, you can never lose, you can never lose, you can never lose my love. You can never lose, you can never lose, you can never lose my love. Far apart, it always goes with you through storms and sunshine too. Oh, you can never lose my love. Storms and sunshine too. Oh, you can never lose my love. And you can take it with you deep inside your chest, or right behind your ear where you can hear it best. A message soft and near to
find to rest. Oh, you can never lose my love. No matter what you do or what life puts you through, oh, you can never lose my love. And you can never lose, you can never lose, you can never lose my love. You can never lose, you can never lose, you can never lose my love.
Thank you. Thanks for singing.
I realized that I forgot. I wanted to. That was a time just before I was supposed to say something, introduce McKenzie more, and so I'm going to do that awkwardly now in between these things. But I just want to say, is McKenzie Lockhart? Are you enjoying everybody? Yeah, and McKenzie I know because. Really, we had a mutual friend, Carly Bannister. But I will say, like, maybe more than most people, I get the question a lot, like, do you know McKenzie Lockhart? I think you would really like McKenzie Lockhart. And so I heard that a lot from different people. And then we did meet and would kind of run into each other and stuff. And remember we were at that Madison Cunningham show together, the best night of our lives. Right before COVID. It was at the High Watt. It was like tiny room in Madison.
I just had a new tattoo.
Oh my God!
It was the best.
I
of
always
times.
actually she gets her tattoos here in Nashville, so I often see you
It's fresh.
when you're getting inked up. Like I'm like the first person to see your tattoos. But man, I've become such a fan of McKenzie. Her just personhood, like she's so fun to hang with. She's teaching me about my finances. Her voice and her songwriting's so good. The way it just like I love my favorite books make me love the people in my life more, and McKenzie's songs are like that. They make me love people more, and her voice has just this ache in it that just it finds just the right places. So I'm really glad you're here tonight. Thank you for coming. It's your turn now. Thank you.
That was really nice. Thank you. I am a married gal. We'll have been married 8 years in November. And I hope in your mind you're like, but you're so young. And you can keep thinking. Earlier when I was like talking about my early 20s, you're probably like, you're still there, right? And like, yes, I am, in my heart. But I write a lot of songs about my marriage, as one does, I guess. And this next one is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. I have a lot of, I'm a super insecure person. And I've learned just how insecure I am since I've gotten married. I don't know if anyone relates to that, but it all comes to light, you know? Taylor and I were talking about this earlier. We were talking about, my Roth IRA. And I just started, I've been at this 9-to-5 for about a year. I started working for a fashion designer in Florence. I can't afford any of the clothes, but it's super cool. I do a lot of Excel spreadsheets, so not anything fancy, but anyway, that's not super relevant. Anyway, we were talking about, where does that fear, I'm terrified if we have kids that we'll have a girl, because I don't know how to girl. Like, I don't know. This, like, squirt is, like, as close as I've gotten in a long time. So you're seeing it here first. Just have a lot of fear about that, about marriage, and all of that came out in this song. I don't know where it comes from. My parents are awesome, and they love each other so much. So who knows? Who knows where the depths of our fears come from? Satan himself, I suppose. But this is about that, about trying to fight the insecurity and the fear of folks leaving. So it's called Believe You. Got this feeling, is it doubt that I might wake up tomorrow, find that I'm without you? I've got an inkling that the bags under the bed are full. Just wait until I've done too much damage to you. You say you've given me no reason to keep my trust from you, so I'm gonna believe you. When you say you love me, I'm gonna believe you. When you say you care, I'm gonna believe you. When you say you love me, that you're not leaving. Never give my trust to no one. It's a dangerous thing to do. Expect folks to tell the truth. Feel they love you just 'cause the dishes are all done. And even though he's the fun one, he still wants to stick with you. You say you'd rather do nothing than have any fun without me. I'm gonna believe you. When you say you love me, I'm gonna believe you. When you say you care, I'm gonna believe you.
I kind of don't know what to do right now, if I'm being honest. I'm a lifelong student of songwriting. I love good songs. I love clever songs. But the ones that hit you like that, they're priceless, because, I don't know, they just go directly into your heart, you know. And so you should pity me for having to follow McKenzie. Just a show of hands real quick. How many of y'all have never heard of me before? Put your hands up real quick. Okay, so it doesn't matter what song I do. They're all new to you. Because I was thinking of doing a new song, because I know some of you are pretty sick of Dead Horse at this point. But I've got some posters that I need to sell back there, so. I made a strategic error this afternoon. There's a river about a quarter mile right there, and I travel with my fishing pole. I saw the river, and I said to myself, I'm going to go catch some fish. And so I did. I went and caught a really nice smallmouth right over there, about a quarter mile away. And but that river along the Greenway doesn't have any easy paths to get to. And I knew I was only about 35 minutes away from needing to be here and getting ready for this show. So I was having this back and forth conversation with myself. Should I get dirty? Should I risk it for the fish? And I said to myself, yes, you should. And so, but, you know, I fell into the river, and so I got my shoes all wet and dirty and stuff, extra dirty. But then I was just thinking about how kind of like the best things about knowing the Lord they consist of a mess. Like, they consist of getting dirty and falling into the river. I don't know, we were talking about how much we hate technology back there before this show tonight. And I had this thing happen to me about 3 years ago. I was standing on a boulder in the middle of a river in the mountains of North Carolina, and I took my phone out of my pocket to take a picture of the river, and I held it up like this, and the wind blew it out of my hand straight into the river. And if that's not a parable, then I don't know what is. You know. So I think I'm going to do this song. I don't quite know it, but I'm going to do it anyways. October is a dream. The air is turning crisp. I'm talking to myself like a lunatic, walking through the yellow leaves underneath an orange sky. Do I dare believe this could be the year my team finally makes the playoffs? We have something to cheer. Oh, this could be the year the wolf don't eat the sheep. I find the perfect mattress, finally get some sleep. Oh, this could be the year I quit looking at my phone. I start planning for the best, leave substances alone. Oh, this could be the year we turn the other cheek. We finally hand the world over to the meek. February street, shawarma on a spit. God, I am so glad everybody here exists. Walking with a styrofoam cup of coffee in my hand. I know I resist the Spirit making all things new. Oh, but sometimes throwing punches is all I know to do. Oh, this could be the year I ask someone for help. I let go of the past, finally forgive myself. Oh, this could be the year I quit looking at my phone. I start planning for the best, leave substances alone. Oh, this could be the year we turn the other cheek. We finally hand the world over to the meek. Standing at my sink, the dinner dish is done. I see a 10-point buck staring at me from my lawn. To some he is a prayer, to others he's just prey. But he and I just want to make it through another day. Oh, this could be the year I quit looking at my phone. I start planning for the best, leave substances alone. Oh, this could be the year we turn the other cheek, finally hand the world over to the meek. Oh, this could be the year, oh, just like 2004, when the Red Sox broke the curse and the sadness was no more. Oh, this could be the year of something beautiful. Maybe the Tennessee Titans win the Super Bowl.
I don't know if this is not in tune. It's pretty close. Yeah, here, let's try it real quick. Andy, I love that song. My goodness. A 10-point buck. To some he is a prayer, to others he's just prey. That is a good one. Andy Squyres. Man, often, so many times I'm listening to an Andy song, I'm like, I wish I came up with that. I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you for that. Andy and I have known each other a long time. I went to a show when I was living in Raleigh, North Carolina. I knew he was a North Carolina guy living in Charlotte, and I was such a fan. I had heard a little bit and went to go see his show and basically like kind of forced him to be my friend, just waited a long time to talk to him after the show kind of thing. And he has been so gracious to me. And I worked for a church for a long time. Sounds like we've all had that sort of in common. Or at least been a worship leader or some kind of music leader at a church at some point. And sometimes when you work for a church, you don't really have a pastor in some way because your pastor is your boss, and it's weird. It's just like a weird dynamic. And so I was like that for a long time. I loved the people I worked with, and still I kind of always felt like I don't really have a pastor. And so I'd find myself calling Andy and like, hey, I just had a question about some stuff. Or I'm feeling this way about my career, or feeling this way about faith. And he's like a guy like pretty much always picks up the phone and just like somehow miraculously he's like the dad in About Time. He just like has this endless time, I feel like, sometimes to talk to you, or at least to talk to me. And I've really appreciated that. And then, I started sending him, here's a song I'm working on. And like, he was the first person who ever said, I don't think that chorus is very good. I think you could write what he was really saying is, I think you could write a better, I love the song, I think you could write a better chorus. And he was right about that. And I trust him immensely. And a lot of people trust him now, 40,000 people. But he is an amazing songwriter, as you've heard, and he is like a pastoral presence and a voice of humanness and sanity in a just crazy world. And I like love reading his words. He has like a book, these little books back there that you should buy. The posters are cool, but the book is full of just like, I think you'll enjoy reading that every morning, as I do. And so I love my friend Andy, and he couldn't even be here right now to hear this speech. He had to leave, but I do love Andy, and I'm just grateful for him. And a pastor, sometimes like a brother, and just certainly a dear friend. So I saw those hands of those who had never heard of him. I'm really glad you've heard of him now, and I'm glad you've heard of McKenzie and Wilder, and I hope you go home just being the new biggest fan of these people. And listen to their music and find out when they're playing a show here. And this has been a really beautiful night. This is the last round, so I'm going to sing another song. Well, I'll sing another song. I'm going to call that close enough. I never even tuned. I just clipped it on. I just fidgeted with it the entire time, but I don't think I tuned my guitar. Oh, I made it worse. Okay, I am going to do it really quick while I'm just explaining this. So I just literally moved it around and didn't tune. Now I see what I did. Okay. Sometimes as a writer, I find that it's like you're sticky, kind of like things stick to you. So even when you're not really trying, even when I'm not really trying, I don't know, things stick, images, certain things from a book you're reading or a movie, or like even just regular people walking around say the most interesting things all the time. And you're just like, oh man, that's like a song title, or that's like what you're saying is so beautiful, or like you don't even hear it. And that happens to me a lot. And every once in a while it happens when I'm reading something in the Bible, or sometimes like listening to a sermon. And if the pastor says one thing that feels sticky to me, then I stop listening to the rest of it. And then I'm just like doing this little math like crossword puzzle in my head for the rest of the time. But really it's an honor. It's because I found you so interesting I stopped listening to you. Just kidding. But so there's in the book of Isaiah in chapter 42, Isaiah is talking about who the Messiah will be, what he'll be like. And he says, a bruised reed he will not break, a smoldering wick he will not quench. And man, that stuck to me, because those words are just deeply comforting. And they've rattled around in my heart, because I think at times I felt like the bruised reed, or the smoldering wick, I felt like I'm the person in the room that probably has the least amount of faith. Like, my doubts are piled up 10 feet high, like to the ceiling, and I definitely have some, but it is like a little bit. Or everyone else seems to be getting something that I'm not getting. Or like, what is it about me that everything just feels kind of hard? Or like, what is going on? And why can I never? I always think maybe this is the last time I'll just get really sad, and it's never the last time. And so it's exhausting sometimes, and I often feel like those things about me are like a liability. Like, that's something that God wants me to like grow out of. I don't know what he thinks about that, but what I know from reading that verse is that to the bruised reeds and the smoldering wicks of the world, Jesus is a friend. And if that's you tonight, that he would never turn you away, that he actually is a friend to you, and if you have just maybe like just a little bit, that's enough. So I wanted to write a song about a smoldering wick song, but I'm not Leonard Cohen, so I couldn't make that work. that phrase felt tricky to me, so I've been calling this If I Am a Flickering Candle. If I am a flickering candle, you won't put me out. If I am a battered reed, you won't cut me down. If I find an ounce of faith, I won't come up short. If a crumb is all I have, you won't ask for more. Blessed are the ones who know they need you, the pure in heart. Someday they're gonna see you. I won't despise my weakness. Mercy always meets it, and I got a friend in Jesus. I got a friend. On the days I don't believe it, let the truth sink in. Raise my heart and raise my body till I believe again. 'Cause I need all your help in getting used to being loved. 'Cause you can see the good in me, but I'm still catching up. Blessed are the ones who know they need you, the pure in heart. Someday they're gonna see you. I won't despise my weakness. Mercy always meets it, and I got a friend in Jesus. I got a friend. We've been down, pouring spirit, belly in the dust. But there's a land of milk and honey, full of folks like us. Blessed are the ones who know they need you, the pure in heart. Soon we're gonna see you. I won't despise my weakness. Mercy always meets it, and I got a friend in Jesus. I got a friend in Jesus. I got a friend in Jesus. Oh, I got a friend. Oh, I got a friend. Oh, I got a friend.
Well, thanks so much to all of you for being here tonight and for being such a good listening audience and participating when we asked you to and keep your mouths shut when you're not. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. do find that I've always been kind of a quiet person, but I also feel confident usually in what I have to say. And so when I do have something to say, I really like when people listen. And it just doesn't happen in the world, and especially like with kids, they don't give a crap. But so then I live for days like this when I get to, inflate my ego a little bit and tell stories to an audience. So, but no, this has been really magical, and I appreciate it. And thank you to Taylor for inviting me here, because getting to do this with friends and just people you admire is, I think, one of life's treats. This is a song I wrote about Birmingham, where I live, and if you've never been to Birmingham and you've only heard of it, probably what you've heard is a lot of the dark stuff that happened there, the civil rights movement, and you've seen the pictures of the fire hoses turned on people and the dogs barking and stuff like that. And I think if you spend some time there and you see there's a lot of life here. There's a lot of cool artists, cool coffee shops. There's a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, we had this contest put on by UAB to write a song about the city. And it was like, I wasn't going to enter. I was like, I don't know how I would do that. What would I say? I like to write love songs. Why would I write a song about Birmingham? But then I heard there was a $1,000 prize. And I thought, well, maybe I'll take my chances. We'll see. But I knew if I was going to do it, I don't want to ignore the dark stuff that happened here, but I think there's a way to kind of pair that with a hope for the future, and this walking side by side. And, luckily we have the words of Dr. King that talk about just that, to kind of serve as our inspiration. So that's what I try to do, is kind of write a song that acknowledges where we've been and where we came from, but having a hope for the future. Anyway, and I ended up winning the contest. Thank you. So I was able to buy an engagement ring and then $700 worth of video games. Just Josh. McKenzie's like, I've heard that joke 5 times, Wilder. Tell it. Yeah. Peace, it don't come easy. Love, it don't come free. Martin Luther King said, Lord, I have a dream. Boys and girls of every color walking side by side. Brother, sister, come on, turn that darkness into light. Well, I was born into the heart of Dixieland, holy rollers in the hills of Birmingham. All those summers spent just chasing lightning bugs by night. Heavy stillness in the heat of August and July. But Lord, a wind was stirring from the east to west, set my heart a-blazing deep down in my chest. And I heard that preacher crying out from 16th Street. to September. Heard the people say things just won't get better. 4 girls died today, but we will rise up singing. Truly we shall overcome. And we won't quit singing till that day of glory comes. Well, peace, it don't come easy. Love, it don't come free. Martin Luther King said, Lord, I have a dream. Boys and girls of every color walking side by side. Brother, sister, come on, turn that darkness into light. Brother, sister, come on, turn that darkness into light. And we shall overcome one day. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe one day we shall overcome. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me. I feel like every person sitting up here makes me feel invited to the party in different ways. Do you have people that make you feel like that? In like each in individual ways, different parties. And I don't even know Andy that well, but he makes me feel that way just because of all the things Taylor said that I'm sure you guys can tell of him. Listening to his songs, this like, you're welcome to laugh and think about things in a different way. It's just nice. Glad to be here. I'm gonna play a song that won me $1,000 too. This competition was judged by Chris Allen of American Idol. Pretty cool. I also want to play this song because it is a hopeful song as well. It is theological nonsense. So I'm not a pastor and I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just trying to walk with the Spirit and super confused sometimes. And I know he's not a God of confusion, but nonetheless, that's where I'm at. So this song has just don't read into it. It's just about trying your best. Okay? It also is an excuse to, sometimes when I play these writers rounds, I'm super tempted to just do a cover song, which is soups, not profesh. But I have had the pleasure of, I live in Florence, Alabama, which has become a tiny little music town, and I've gotten to make music with some of my musical heroes. One of them being Andy Baxter, who is of Penny and Sparrow fame, lore, what have you. And a couple weeks ago we got together. I was like, hey, do you want to just get together and drink tequila and whiskey and sing other people's songs for 3 hours? And that's what we did. We sang songs for musicals, and I was like, this is why I fell in love with music, was just singing with other people, singing harmonies, and just being nerds about music. And so, James Taylor fans? I'm gonna end my song with a James Taylor song that, to me, I don't know, like songs that have nothing to do with God that you're just like, this is it. And so I hope you know the chorus of it, and we'll get to it, and it'll be fine, and I'll do the thing where I say one more time, but I won't lie to you. And we'll sing the chorus of that song twice. Anyway, this song is one, the idea came from my husband and I were driving to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where I grew up. And we were going to go sign papers and get life insurance because we were grown-ups, and that's what we heard we should do. And there's a road called Pasadena Avenue, and our insurance agent was on this side of Pasadena, and instead we turned that way. And I was like, we're on the wrong side. And I was like, that's a good line, wrong side of Pasadena, like you were talking about. Sometimes it just hits. And then my pal Jordy, Cersei, friend of the local show. I love you, Jordy. Miss you, buddy. Anyway, he helped me finish the song. It's about trying your best. Nothing more. Thank you, 3 up here, for making me feel seen. I just want to, like, talk to you guys forever. I wish I could teleport and just, like, hang out with y'all more often. It's good stuff. It's called Pasadena. Thanks for listening. I think we may be on the wrong side of Pasadena, and the grass ain't no shade greener. It's just a little detour from the place we set out for when we left the church last Easter, singing Hallelujah, preacher, I know just what I ought to do. I'm gonna count my blessings like I never dropped out of school. I'm gonna give forgiveness like I got nothing left to lose. And if Jesus returns soon, his chariot's blazing, I will do my best to follow him to you. I think we may be on the wrong side of 24. We ain't growing like the weeds grow, we're just getting old. And I can't really remember if the world is black and white, or if I'm living it right, as the kids these days would say. So I'm gonna count my blessings like I never dropped out of school. I'm gonna give forgiveness like I got nothing left to lose. And if Jesus returns soon, his chariot's a-blazing, I will do my best to follow him to you. I hope we end up on the right side of Pasadena. What we say is always easier when it's just what we aim to do. But I guarantee, if it's just left up to me, I'll be tripping on my feet, trying to turn myself around. Oh yes, I guarantee, if it's just left up to me, I'll be tripping on my feet, trying to turn myself around. There's a song that they let me go down in my dreams? On rockabye, sweet baby James. Once more with gusto. Good night, you moonlight ladies. Rockabye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams? Oh, rockabye, sweet baby James. Thank you.
Bunch of good singers up here, y'all. Come on. I'm more in the tradition of Bob Dylan singing "We Are the World." For those of y'all who don't really know me, my first record, Cherry Blossoms, is a tragically sad record, and I can barely play it anymore. And then my next record, Poet Priest, it's pretty dark too. But the good news is I've entered my comic era, so I'm getting real funny now. But as it turns out, the song I'm going to end with is really sad. So maybe we should have done McKenzie last, but you know, I feel it, and feel like we should do it, and like Bob Dylan, it also only has 3 chords, and but man, sometimes that's all you need. And I actually have a real love-hate relationship with this song because I can barely sing it, but I don't know why I keep insisting on doing it. But the reason why I do it is because I feel the message of this song probably more than any other song I've ever written. I've got 3 grandkids now. So I think about dying all the time. Thank you for laughing at that in the back. Yeah, everybody else was like, what in the world? But you know, the whole mortality thing, I think songwriters kind of lean that direction, like thinking about the brevity of life. I'm gonna go for this song tonight, and I could probably totally crash this thing, but I'm gonna, if you're in, I'm in. This is called Pillar of Salt. I don't know how to look anyone in the eye anymore. I've got a pillar of salt instead of a fire in my heart. I'm singing a river of sorrow. I'm drinking a bittersweet grace. Can you taste the oceans falling like sparrows off of my face? And after I die, have no more chances to love you from impossible circumstances. So even if all of my prayers go unanswered, thank you for all of these days. The scars on my heart are the trust that I offer as I pour out my laughter and tears on the altar. Every cell of my body cries out in praise. count on the intensity of my songs anymore. All my strength is fading like red exit signs hanging over the door. Living without seeing you is an anvil and hammer of grace, where all that just doesn't make sense in my life turns into praise. And after I die, I will have no more chances to love you from impossible circumstances. So even if all of my prayers go unanswered, thank you for all of these days. The scars on my heart are the trust that I offer as I pour out my laughter and tears on the altar. Every cell of my body cries out praise. You are the treasure I seek, and you are the wine that I drink, and I am a tempest howling along with the thunder, and I am a pilgrim who prays, and you are a savior who stays, and together we're breaking under eternity's wonder. So I praise you, praise you, praise you, God. So I praise you, praise you, praise you, God. Let's do that together. So I praise, so I praise you, praise you, praise you, God. Again, so I praise you, praise you, praise you, God. Last time all together, so I praise you, praise you, praise you,
Andy Squyres, McKenzie, Lockhart, Wilder, Adkins. Give these guys another hand. Thank you so much. Man, I feel like I just had the biggest meal. And I did have a wonderful meal tonight. And then this has been a feast here. So thank you so much. That's a wrap for tonight. I would just ask a couple things. They're going to reset the room. So you're welcome to hang and visit and chat. The bookstore will be open down in the barn, I believe. So you can head down there if you're like, I want to check out the books. I'm going to get the Wing Feather Saga or Every Moment Holy or some wonderful thing that's down there. I'm sure you could grab some merch on your way out. You're free to hang out and commune, but on the porch. So if we could kind of, in a timely fashion, clear out so that these guys aren't up all night. And thank you so much again. And this has been the last local show of the season, so I guess we'll see you guys again in the fall. Thank you so much, and have a good night.